Namaste, my beautiful queens, kings, if any. Very important subject I want to discuss with you. The subject of self-love. The thing is, this is so difficult. At some point of my life, I used to be literally irritated when I would hear these words, self-love, learn to love yourself, because it's freaking so hard. And why is it? How is it? Whatever I can tell you, I will tell you. More information you will find on a website, lonewolf.com. I'm going to put a link under this video. You will be able to find more tools and more techniques how to do this. This is crucial. The self-love, the thing is, my beautiful queens, this is crucial, and nothing is going to start happening wonderful in your life. Nothing at all, because when you do not have self-love, you're gonna have all that and more. Depression, bitterness, anxiety / panic attacks, resentment, low self-esteem, wrong choices in relationships come of having a lack of self-love. Of course, it leads to lack of self-value, lack of self-acceptance, self-respect, and it screws up every aspect of your life, from jobs to friendship to love relationship to relationship with everyone, close or not close to you. This is crucial, absolutely crucial, because without that, finally learning that, life is gonna just stay the same. And there is a good expression: you cannot do exactly the same thing every day and expect different results. Why so many articles, so many books, so many motivational speakers talk about self-love? Because this is everything in your life, absolutely everything. So how can you learn how to love yourself? You're gonna tell me, you are pretty much all your life you were at war with yourself. So how do I do it? How can I learn to love myself if I don't like my reflection in a mirror? The thing is that you can take double Miss Galaxy and she might not like her reflection in a mirror. It comes from inside. How can you learn to love yourself? How can you master this to love yourself? You can tell me that your environment is not allowing that you have toxic people around you, depressing environment. Yes, we all have something going on. It shouldn't stop us. How can you love yourself? How? So the answers are simple and not simple. This is not easy, but this is doable, because when you learn to do it, self-love is forgiveness, self-forgiveness. I already done the video on this subject. Self-forgiveness, self-acceptance, and respect for who you are. Learning self-love is going to give you self-confidence, self-forgiveness, improved relationship when you make right choices, better connections in every level with people, better choices, and less depression. Lack of self-love is self-denial and self-sacrifice. So what we have to understand here, what is self-love? As I already said, learning to accept yourself, to respect yourself, to value yourself, and to forgive yourself. And to love yourself, it means loving yourself with whatever is in you, whatever is a part of you. This is no limitation there. You need to accept and respect and love whatever is there in you. Of course, it's not just that are the benefits of learning that. Benefits of learning that are much more than that, but this is the minimum. And the most important, yes, it's going to give you more tolerance to your own weaknesses. Very important self-confidence, very important self-forgiveness, but also healthier mindset. Less the self-destructive, self-sabotaging thoughts. Ability to discover your own gifts, your own calls. Increased, again, self-love, self-acceptance. Increasing your authentic self, recognizing who you are, what you want, so on. So why is it so hard? Ask yourself this question. Have you ever, while you were raised, have you ever been taught self-love? I don't know anybody who was growing up in the society or a family that even knew this expression, self-love. They were teaching us, to tie shoes, to read, to write, to build, to how to don't do this, don't hurt the weak ones, so on and so on. How to say thank you, how to say hello, how are you? But no one, never, neither in a family or in school or anywhere, had been teaching us the most important, crucial thing, which is self-love. No, somehow they were teaching us different things: self-denial and self-sacrifice. Self-sacrifice, especially those societies. Hello, India. I always say hello to my favorite India. Self-sacrifice. You're designed. You are designed just to be a slave. A slave of your in-laws or your husband. You are born. Your only purpose for life is this. This is self-sacrifice. Forget yourself and self-sacrifice. It's scary. It's terrifying what we were, and not even India, anywhere, everywhere. I do not know. I've never heard of this self-love thing. Didn't exist. So it's just, unfortunately, as a child, pretty much none of us, can tell that we were taught self-value and self-respect and self-acceptance and loving ourselves. Anyone raise your hand? Anyone was taught? No. But this is what makes us put these healthy boundaries with people. This is when we can say no when there is no, or we can say yes when there is yes. If you, like myself, you were raised in a culture and society where you were taught to put others before yourself, it was normal, put everybody else before yourself, self-denial and self-sacrifice, then unfortunately this this is how they would tell you that you're a good girl or you're a good boy, you know, when you are just self-denial and self-sacrifice. Can you imagine how this world is turned upside down? What is black is called white, what is white is called black, what is wrong is called good, what is right is called bad. It's all upside down. Don't you think it's time to call a spider a spider? So unfortunately, we were taught in life that we have to put yourself last or completely just forget yourself. And the result of not being taught a value of self-love cause depression, which lasts for years, cause bitterness, anxiety, panic attacks, which is, I say my second name is panic attack. I fight this beast for many, many years because I constantly have those. Because I was, since probably very early age, I was the one taking care of everybody in my family, including my brothers who are 15 and 17 years older than me, their families. I was the one holding everyone together. I am the one taking care of everybody. And absolutely, for me, I was not lost. For me, I didn't exist. My desires, my dreams, my wishes, my anything, none of this existed. And unfortunately, you have to do something about it. And if you have daughters, and if you have sisters, and if you have friends, teach them, explain this to them. There is tons of information, and as I said, I'm gonna put the link under this video. Please click it and go into this. Depression, panic attacks, bitterness, anxiety, low self-esteem. This is all the result of us not having that love. However, the door is open. No matter how old you are, no matter where you are in the world, no matter if you are 93 or you're 13, never too late. It's just one life, never too late. The thing is also why the people who are elder, they could tell you, you know what, self-love is selfish. Somehow many people think that narcissists are those who are absorbed in self-love. Wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Narcissist is someone who deep inside there is a hole, there is a wound which was caused usually in childhood. He doesn't love himself. He doesn't accept himself. This is why he constantly needs that love to come from outside. They don't have that love. They don't have self-love there. But society will try to convince you that self-love is selfish, and they will call you narcissist, because again, lots of people somehow think the narcissist in love with himself. There are explanations to that, because in mythology, in a Greek mythology, Narcissus was in love with himself. He was looking at his own reflection in the lake, and he couldn't tear his eyes from his own face. He was in love with himself. So yeah, this is how it, based on Greek mythology. In fact, Narcissus doesn't have love inside. So that's why they are wearing multiple masks in order to receive love from outside. And I explained already about Narcissist is a cup without the bottom. Empty inside. The love has to come constantly from multiple sources. I'm not going to go into that now. So every now and then you may hear people telling you that self-love is selfish. It could be, you can live in a family which will tell you that such type of things, self-love is selfish. You have to understand very clearly that self-love is not selfish. Why? Now listen to me and listen to me carefully. Without taking care of yourself, you are not able to take truly care of others. Because self-love benefits people around you, not just yourself. When you have that self-love, self-value, and self-acceptance, you shine like the sun, and that benefits people around you. Many of you are saying, like lots of people, women go to psychologists and say, I gave my entire life to my children and my children are miserable. Because she was miserable and all the children saw that she's sacrificing herself for them, sacrificing herself. She's always miserable. She's always unhappy. Unhappy, miserable mother is unhappy, miserable child. As simple as that. When there is self-love, self-acceptance, self-value, that benefits not just you, it benefits everyone around you. When you are capable of loving and accepting yourself, you are capable of what? Mirror effect. Loving and accepting other people. So how, again, a cup, how can empty cup be used to satisfy someone's thirst? Empty cup is you without self-love. So how can you radiate love towards someone if there is nothing here? The empty cup cannot satisfy no one's thirst, including yourself. It is not possible to give love if you haven't filled with love yourself. As simple as that. So unfortunately, self-compassion, because I can tell you that most of you who are listening to me right now, you are treating the worst one person in your life, and that person is you. Because the one who doesn't have neither your love, neither enough of your respect or compassion is you. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness, same concern, same support as you would do to your beloved friend or man or woman or whatever. So when you're faced with difficulties in life, when you have something what makes you struggle on confronting personal mistakes, personal failures, self-compassion responds with kindness rather than harsh self-judgment, because it's much easier for us to self-judge, to self-criticize, than treating ourselves with compassion, with kindness, with understanding. So, instead, we are dwelling in feeling guilty. Instead, we are dwelling in blaming ourselves instead of teaching ourselves of that self-love. The thing is, girls, I am repeating myself. Self-love is the key of happy life. Self-compassion gives you such very simple things which are making even better decision about what you eat and what you do with your body. Anxiety and depression can be significantly diminished when you are learning to be kind to yourself. Can you learn to be kind to yourself? Self-compassion can significantly reduce the stress. Self-compassion, self-care helps you faster achieve your goals. Yes, of course, society you are dwelling in can be much against all that, because most people will not want to support you. If you are in society and you are surrounded with people who will support you, of course, this is going to help you. But it's very possible that people you are surrounded are not going to be thrilled about it. The problem is that most of societies are going to tell you this: you must make people like you and accept you. And then they are surprised with the amount of narcissists, because those learn to wear masks, neglecting their true, authentic self. They will tell you you must put others first and forget your true needs and your true self. And they will tell you you have to fit in. Okay? Why? Where those three things lead most of people. Society don't need individuals, bright individuals. Society, religion plus society, they want you to be, forgive my word, a sheep. And they're gonna be your shepherds, and you just have to shut up, follow the rules, and obey. So, bottom line, you have to be as unhappy and disconnect just like the rest of them. Unfortunately, the reality is that most people don't like being truly happy. This is very sad truth. The reality is, my beautiful queens and kings, that most people are afraid to be truly happy, are terrified to be truly happy. Why? Because it requires changes inside to be truly happy. Instead, people prefer so-called comfort, outside comfort, not inside comfort. Comfort, stability, the thing they call security, and control. Why control? Because the predictability of life causes this illusion of safety and stability. And this is the most comfortable way to live according to social, cultural standards. So the childlike mindset, unawakened mindset, it can be any age, needs to seek safety. And safety is precisely what makes most people so hesitant to support and go into self-love journey. Because when you walk the path less traveled, You directly contradict what others have invested so much of their efforts into comfort and so-called mediocrity. Anyone who walks different path becomes a threat, becomes a challenge. Because people who go different paths, they are threats for the sheep-like rules, because sheep are easy to manipulate and to control. But time is changing now. Time is changing now. The truth is, when you start practicing self-love, you find out who you truly are. When you are finding out who you truly are, you stop being anybody's slave. You refuse to be used. You refuse to be abused. You refuse to be humiliated. You refused from all of that. Yes, depending on your society, you could become like a heretic, like Leonardo da Vinci, or like Galileo. You're going to stick out. You might not fit in. But this is worth it. This is well worth it. Because you put yourself on a right path. And don't you dare, if you do that, to give up. Because then you set an example for others. Because this way is the only way. So don't you allow anyone drag you down. Don't do that. Realize whoever tries to drag you down, just people who are themselves were not taught this, who are themselves were in pain or scared. Let it be your unconditional love towards everybody. Most people not only don't process unconditional love, but they are also caught up in underworld of fear and pain. This fear and pain are sourced and based on illusion that they are separate from life, they separate from divine, that they're just human beings, they just have to follow the life rules. Don't let them stop you and slow you down. Realize that how other people treat you is reflection of how they treat themselves. This will make it easy for you. Realize that how other people treat you is a reflection of how they treat themselves. Yet it hurts. But as long as you understand it, it's going to be easy. Learn to love yourself. Learn to love yourself unconditionally, no matter what. Learn to be able to say no when it is no. This is not just self-love, but self-respect and self-value. Be your own best friend. Do you understand? And learn to love your physical appearance, because you are given this one costume for this one life. You cannot come to your theater wardrobe and say, excuse me, don't like it, I want another one. Learn to love you and appreciate your physical appearance. Learn that, because this is a costume which is given for this life. Another costume is not going to be given to you. Learn to take care of it, to love it, to cherish it. Be your own friend. Change the way you perceive your flaws. There was a great teacher, Jeff Foster. He said, don't judge your sadness. Don't judge your depression, your feelings of unworthiness so quickly, and don't judge the sorrows of another, for you really don't know what's best for anyone. For you really don't know more than life itself. That which you reject in another or in yourself may actually be much needed medicine. A misunderstood teacher inviting you to a self-love deeper than you ever thought possible. It may be a threshold guardian, a gatekeeper of forgotten kingdom. Instead of seeing your own guilt or others' guilt, jealousy, anger, fear, sadness, so on and so on, realize that everyone struggles with these human emotions. Accept and change the way you perceive yourself and others, your own flaws and the others. You can find more information about self-love on the link under this videos. Under this video, I'm sorry. Please click it. Please spend time and start changing how you see and feel about yourself and treat yourself. And this is going to change your life. Love to all of you unconditionally, with all your flaws and all your shadows, with all my soul. Namaste.